Let's talk about Penn State gets the win 40-36 over Rutgers at Rutgers. Rutgers, man, give Rutgers a ton of credit in this game. They came out fighting. They came out, I mean, after that game last week that we saw with Rutgers against Ohio State, it was kind of like, okay, maybe they're saving themselves for Penn State a little bit. And boy, were they, because they came out firing in this game. Ian Strong, KJ Duff were the receivers that we have talked about them being all season long. Rutgers just couldn't stop Kaytron Allen. Over 200 yards rushing for Kaytron Allen in this game. Both teams basically had offensive players that could not be stopped. And if it wasn't for a drop ball by Ethan Kaliakmanis in the pocket, this could have been a completely different game. My condolences to all Rutgers fans out there. When I saw that, I hurt for you. But at the same time, I'm also really happy for Penn State and Terry Smith. Zach, your thoughts?
I feel terrible for Kaliakmanis because he's had a very good season. Aaron Brightman, who's a writer for the Scarlet Knights, he implored Rutgers to give Kaliakmanis his flowers because a career is not defined by one play. But man, they missed a massive opportunity to kind of stamp their emergence. And I know people say it would have just been a bowl game, but this would have been Rutgers beating Penn State for the first time since the 80s. It would have been Rutgers beating Penn State like to get bowl eligible. It would have been Rutgers beating Penn State to deny them bowl eligibility. Like there's so much about this that if Kaliakmanis doesn't drop that ball, like we're again, I don't think it's hyperbole to say that might have been one of the biggest wins in Rutgers history. And I know people will laugh at that, but to go 3 straight years for Rutgers to get to a bowl game and then to beat a Big Ten blue blood to do it, I think it breaks my heart because they were right there. And I know Rutgers fans are frustrated with Schiano this year. Please don't. They'll get the defense fixed. He went 5-7 this year. Give credit to Penn State offensively. Kaytron Allen's awesome. Jim Knowles needs to be demoted to FCS because that dude can't coach defense.
I don't think he can't coach defense. He coached a good defense against Indiana.
Okay, he is inconsistent, wildly inconsistent.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Or I mean, I think that's one thing. I do think Rutgers offense is far better than what we thought it was a week ago. I will say that.
Rutgers, like in this game, they corrected some of the red zone issues, right? They had some of the scores in the red zone that they needed, the 19-yard pass, the 13-yard pass, or the 19-yard run and the 13-yard pass, but they weren't getting down there and scoring, in the 5-yard line or less. I think they had one run by Kaliakmanis that was down there, but you could tell it was a very clear effort by Kirk Shiraka. We're not going to get close to the goal line. We're just going to get close to the end zone and throw to the end zone because we do a whole lot better scoring with contested catches in the end zone rather than trying to get within the 5-yard line and score that way. Even though Kaliakmanis has some scoot to him, right? He has some ability to be able to do that. It's still not worked out well for them in the red zone this year. So I liked that from Kirk Shiraka, that kind of, thing there. They had a 46-yard run by Raymond. They had a 21-yard reception for a touchdown by Sheffield in this game. I mean, it was clear. I mean, the run, you don't necessarily you know, playing that one as much, but it was clear with how they were throwing the ball at the end zone. They were not going to try to, you know, get down within the 5 or 10 yard line and score on Penn State that way. I thought was a good move. So I know some of these teams are going to be talking about next year with them a little bit. So entertain me here for a second. Rutgers next year. Tell me if they can win the game or not. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we know hardly anything about the rosters at this point. Just tell me if they can win the game or not. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
UMass.
Yes.
At Boston College.
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
At Maryland.
Yes.
At Northwestern.
Yes.
Okay, that's 5. At Penn State.
Maybe.
Yes or no? Can they win that game?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's 6. Indiana.
No.
Home against Indiana.
No.
Home against Michigan.
No.
Home against Michigan State.
Yes.
With Pat Fitzgerald as the head coach?
Yes, because we don't know what Michigan State's bringing.
Okay. Home against Nebraska.
Yes.
Home against USC. I'd say yes, just because of
Yes.
the travel.
Oh, yeah. 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 Yes. Yes.
At Wisconsin.
Yes.
That's 10 games they can win.
Penn State's. I'm waffling a little bit on Penn State, and USC
Okay,
might
even
be
if
a
we
stretch,
don't give them even if we don't give them Penn State and USC would both be maybes, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't know what Penn State's going to look like with the new head coach next year, and then USC on on the road traveling, and it's not just USC. Like that would I would say the same thing if it was Washington. Probably wouldn't say the same thing if it's Oregon, but I would say the same thing if it's Washington at this point. And also we just don't know what that USC team is going to look like yet. So at worst, like 8.5, 9.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a better schedule than it was. This year.
Yeah.
You don't have Ohio State. Michigan could be down, and you're getting Michigan at home. The hard part is I would rather swap out that Indiana game at home for like Maryland at home, or that even Michigan at home for Northwestern at home. Because going on the road to Maryland and Northwestern aren't great, but I also don't think either of those are like so terrifying of environments. It's more just the travel than anything else.
Yeah.
But Northwestern will have the new stadium, so I don't know. We'll see what happens to that.
I was just say, I mean, just to give solace, again, it stinks that you don't go to a bowl game. Most likely, there might be a 5-7 spot there, but this season went exactly how I thought it was going to go for Rutgers. I had them 5-7. I had them winning the games that they won and losing the games that they lost, and they came close to getting Iowa. They came close to getting Minnesota, and like those are teams that are going bowling. Like that's an 8-win team and a 7-win team. They had to go on the road to Washington. They had to go on the road to Illinois. Those are 2 8-win teams. Like, and then you finish with Ohio State, Penn State. The fact that they were very close, and I know close stinks, right? Like you don't want to be close, but this is the degree of difficulty this season versus last season was insane.
Yeah, if you would have had this team last year, this would have been a 7-8 win team.
Yeah.
Maybe
and
9.
that's the frustrating thing. Is like, and I don't know who they're going to have at quarterback for next year. I think it's Serace as their backup. I don't know if they're going to portal anybody or whatnot, but I mean, KJ Duff's coming back, right? Like he's got another year, as long as he doesn't get.
Let's say, is he
portaled.
NFL bound though?
No, he's a sophomore.
Oh, he's only a sophomore. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's coming back.
Unless if he's a redshirt sophomore, but I don't think.
Yeah, I think I just saw sophomore when I looked him up on the website.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Flip side of this, Penn State. And Kyle Monungai's killing it right now for the Bears. Philip just put it in there.
I don't know how he was how the heck is he a 7th round pick?
I don't know.
What were they doing?
It's because he went to Rutgers. Nobody actually gives him credit, but which is a real thing, by the way. It's a real thing. SEC teams get more guys drafted because of where they went to school than some Big Ten teams. But look how many SEC players flame out in the NFL and how many Big Ten players get drafted late or make practice squads. Anyway, I don't need to get into that debate.